What's up, family? It's your girl, D Ray, the Divine Relationship Alchemist, helping you heal your relationship with self to heal your relationship with others. We are back with another Love Lingo family. Yes, yes, living single. We were
What's up,
supposed
family?
to, yeah, say what's up to the family, say what's up. We were supposed to tap in yesterday evening, but man, we started to have to move around. We were starting to getting stuff together and all of that good stuff. So, you
Well,
know,
time gets away from you, man. You know how it go. And I'll
man,
come in the room and y'all come in the room and make yourself known, make your presence known when you come in this thing. For real, for real.
facts, facts. Make sure you do that. And yeah, I don't know. And y'all let me know in the chat room if y'all have been like me. I've totally lost track of the times and the days. Like today feels like Friday to me. You know, I've totally lost track of what days it is and all of that good stuff like that. Is that any of you that are like that? If you self quarantined or whatever? Because I've totally lost track of my days. I don't know what today is.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I lose track of my days all the time.
Yeah, but it seems even weirder this week. Y'all let me know if you feel the same way. But anyways, y'all, we're talking about living single today. I'm gonna need to get on the computer and look in the chat room and see what's going on. But we're talking about living single.
We
How
are
to
living
you
single.
know I was gonna do that.
Oh, and in the
Oh, the
nicest
night
time
is
in the world.
gone. I'm
I'm
glad
glad
I
I
got
got
my
my girl. Go keep
girl.
your head up, what? Keep your
Hey,
head up. That's right.
hey.
Whenever this life get tough, you gotta fight with my own girl standing to the left and my right true blue. It's tight like glue. He living. See, yeah.
Single.
I don't know what time it is. I used to watch that show
How
a lot.
you just gonna take my shine? You knew I wanted to do that whole spiel.
You did? Oh, I thought you said, shoot, I need to sing.
Stop playing. What you mean you did? Stop playing.
No, they rather had
Really?
heard my voice anyway. You know
Stop
what time it
it.
is. For real,
How
for
you
real.
just gonna do that like that? That ain't no good.
Man, that was my show back in the day. I used to be living single for real though, family. What's up, people? What it is, family? What it is. Toady, what's good? Greg, what's the
Yeah,
deal?
say what's up to the family.
Universal Ray, what's up? Akya, woolly hair one. Yes, I love it. I love it. Below Bafferman, what's up? Kevin, what's up? Man, it's going down. We about to tap into this living single in these treacherous times. It go down, man, and we got some tools and some understanding that's gonna propel your relationship with self, because that's what this whole thing is about. Your relationship with self. You know what time it is, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, see, Below Bubba said, yeah, he loved my voice, man. You know, I got them tunes. American Idol coming soon.
Real talk.
Real for real. I'm trying to get paid. I ain't trying to be on YouTube with y'all local jokers. Shit. I got too much talent to be expressing my beautiful voice to y'all motherfuckers. Y'all got me fucked up. I gotta get my check. Give me my money. Yeah, let's get it in. Go ahead, babe. Let's get it in.
You're
What time it
silly.
is?
You are so silly, babe. Anyways, family, so today we're going to dive in on how to spiritually prepare and what you should be paying attention to during this time of living single.
First,
And there were
first,
so
babe, I want
many,
to tell you this. You talking about I'm silly, but when Trump sent me this check because I got a beautiful voice, we're gonna see who real silly for real.
really.
About to get my stimulus singing check on y'all ass, nigga. Y'all got me
Right.
fucked up. Watch, I'm about to cash out on their ass.
Get paid for your talents. Get paid for your talents. You deserve to get paid for your talents, for sure.
Man, hey, sometimes,
This
you know.
this sun coming through giving me zebra stripes. Anyways, family, so We're going to talk about today how to actually prepare for your spiritual relationship, for your soulmate, for your twin flame relationship while you are living single. Like, what should you be doing? You know, how should you be, behaving? What should you be thinking about? And all of that good stuff like that. That's what we're going to dive into right now. How to actually prepare. And I'm sure we've all heard this before, but we got to keep on talking about it. The very first thing and the most important thing that you should be doing before being concerned with any relationship is concerning yourself with your soul. Okay? Concerning yourself with your soul unification, with your soul liberation, with becoming one with God. That's the very first thing that you should be doing, right? And of course, we say that because, the law of correspondence, right? We want to end up attracting, or the law of attraction, right? Vibration. We want to attract a partner who is on the same vibration or the same frequency as we are on. So that's one reason why we say that. But another reason why we say that is because when you get into that relationship, you want to have a certain level of gnosis, a certain level of knowledge of self, that when different challenges come up within your relationship, you know where you stand and what part you play in that manifestation, right? We be trying to hop into relationships and we don't know ourselves. And therefore, when certain situations happen, we like to blame and point fingers, and we don't know the role we play in the manifestation of these challenges. Okay. And so one aspect that Dream and I have recently been studying is the concept of karma. And not in the sense of you did something bad, and so because you did this bad in the past or in the past life, you got to pay for it in this way. We're talking about your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, okay? And how those things create your reality. All right. And how past life thoughts, beliefs, and emotions still affect your present life right here, right now. And so you want to have a good grip on your own subconscious mind, in your own past lives, in your own creations before going into a relationship. Because essentially, whenever we marry, meaning we consummate our marriage, whenever we make love, whenever we become one, essentially what we are doing is saying, I am going to take on the karma of this person who I am deciding to become one with, and they are going to take on mine, and I got to hold on to mine as well. We're ultimately saying that the beliefs that this person has, the feelings, the emotions, the thoughts, the programming that this person is running on, I'm going to deal with the consequences and the fruits of that as well. All right.
Yeah,
And that
fact.
partner is going to do the same thing for me. My programming, my thoughts, my all of that, Dream has to accept that, embrace it, and we're going to balance it all out together. What were you about to say, love?
No, that's good, babe. It's a unison. It's this that yin yang thing, right? It's coming together as one and taking the good with the bad. When you
Yes.
are in relationships, when in this divine relationships with the person that you feel is, your soulmate or twin flame or whatever, you are basically giving up your power as a single individual and saying, okay, I'm gonna be in communion with this one individual, and we're gonna relate. We're gonna relate on spiritual concepts. We're gonna relate with mind, with body, with soul. And that's the whole idea of getting into a relationship. But today we talk about living single, which is a
Right.
powerful aspect in this thing, because living single is gonna propel you to find that love, that twin flame, that soul partner that you need in this time and space.
Factual. So the first part of preparing for that is getting to know thyself. And we say that so much, family, but we're talking about on a very minuscule level. We're talking about knowing, attempting to know all of who you are. And when you get into relationships, trust me, more and more of your programming, your beliefs are going to unfold. But while you're living single, this is the work that you should be doing. And there's questions that you should be asking yourself, because before you get into a relationship, you want to be able to have happiness and joy within you by yourself, right? Because you have to ask yourself the question, can I add happiness to someone else's life? Hell, do I have happiness in my own life? Because if you don't have it within your own life while you're living single, you cannot give to someone else what you don't have for yourself, right? Are you patient with yourself? Right now is the time to start growing in your patience, right? Do you nurture the child that still dwells within you? Childlike spirit, childhood trauma. Do you care for yourself at the very base level, right? Do you nurture yourself? Do you love yourself? Not just the trendy self-love thing. We're talking about when you are, acting a mess, looking a mess, when you make mistakes, do you still love and honor yourself? How do you communicate with yourself, right? During your time of living single, how are you communicating with yourself? Are you harsh when you are talking to yourself? How is your self-talk, your mental chatter? Because the way that you communicate with yourself, the way that you love for yourself, the way that you care for the child that still dwells within you is the way that you will relate to another person. So in this space and time of you living single, that's the work that you are doing. Those are the questions that you are asking yourself. Can you provide for yourself? On a human earthly level, are you able to provide for yourself? Roof over your head, clothes over your body, food on the table. Okay? So as you are living single, this is the work that you are doing, right? This is the work that you are doing. This is also a part of your soul liberation. Are you able to surrender and free yourself of thoughts, habits, emotions that no longer serve you? Because before you get into relationships, and when you get into a relationship, you're going to have to surrender to your partner. You're going to have to be able to say, okay, this is his or her. Shout out to Campton for this drop on a Sunday service that we did. But she said, whenever your partner is triggered, can you see and treat them as if they are a child? Because essentially, when we're triggered and we're having these moments, essentially that's what we are, our child selves, ourselves that have not fully healed from trauma, ourselves that are, that shadow stuff that is coming up to protect us from having the same experiences that we've had when we were children. Okay? Are you able to surrender to that and still love and give that nourishment? Okay, and that care. As you are living single, this is the work that you are supposed to be doing on yourself. That's one aspect, right? That's one aspect.
Yeah, yeah, man. When you're living single, it is actually a beautiful, magical time for you,
Yeah.
because this is the time where you get to know thyself, be one with oneself without any kind of alternative distractions, right? Not saying like the family thing is a bad thing, but you actually have the ability to concentrate and fully engulf in your spiritual plight, in your spiritual evolution. Like a lot of times when people get into these relationships, that the time is cut short. You know, you got to do things uh, that's not necessarily about you or with you. But then at the end of the day, when you are in relationships, the family concept is about you because it's just a mirror image of what's going on inside of you. So your kids being happy, your kids being joyous is actually a reflection of you. So when you're playing with your kids, just remember that in the aspect of something inside of you, or with your spouse, is she does she carry herself with a certain confidence or a certain level of godliness that you will want to see in yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but being in this single unit by yourself is a power move, and I suggest everybody to take it as a great thing, as a joyous
Mm-hmm.
time.
Right.
Because, you know, them moments you can't get back. When I was single, man, I'm talking about the books that I used to read, just the in-depth knowledge I'm going into. The work was constant. You know what I'm saying? Like I just had so much more space to actually understand myself and understand the person that I I see myself as, or I want to see myself as. And it's a magical time. So enjoy and you know embrace that experience of being single. Don't ever think of it as like you know you're chasing somebody or you need somebody in your life. You don't need a motherfucking thing. The only person you need is you, and that you is the power, the God, the chaos being.
Very much so facts. Very much so facts. But we had to go ahead and make this video because we always see different posts on Facebook and Instagram, waiting for Mr. Right, and, the perfect mate is flowing towards you now, and all of those good things like that. And what we know and realize is that anything that we see and experience within our physical world is a reflection of our mental world, our spiritual world. That's what this whole thing is. And so if the relationship has not manifested yet, there's still something unfolding within you that is leading you towards it or blocking you off from it. And that's why it's so important to get into yourself and get into your work so that you can identify what those things are. Once you are in a place to where you don't need a relationship, and let me say you don't need a relationship because this life is built on relationships. But we're talking about to where you don't feel like somebody is coming in to save you, somebody's coming in to complete you. When you get to that point, then you're in a space where someone can come in and compliment you. And that's why your work is so important. That's why your inner work, your soul liberation is so important. Knowing thyself is so important because there are some thoughts, some beliefs that are tucked away in our subconscious mind that are actually disabling us from, or disabling you from being able to have the relationship that you desire, the real deal relationship. Not the relationship that comes in and it's good for a couple of months or maybe even a year and then it's done. Because even though those relationships still are important, and so as you're living single or as you are dating, that's a part of the consciousness that you have to tap into. You have to understand that every relationship that you are in or that you experience is for a reason. There's some balancing out that is happening in each and every one of those relationships. And when I say balancing out, I mean there's a transforming and a transmuting of your mental energy, of your beliefs. That's why you have those relationships. Some people call them karmic relationships. And all relationships are leading you to a greater understanding and a relationship with yourself, first and foremost. Okay. You are in these relationships, you are dating, you are having these experiences to give you an opportunity to know yourself more. All right. And so, one, we already said the most important thing as you're living single is your soul liberation. Really getting deep within yourself, really being honest with it, with yourself. Okay. The more honest you can be with yourself, the more you'll be able to be honest with whoever you are relating with in the future. All right. And that's important because early on in a relationship, when you're first starting to get to know each other, if you are brutally honest with yourself and with that person, you may be able to determine quickly, okay, this person is not the one for me. Okay, this is not the relationship that I'm actually seeking and searching for. Okay, this thing is not what I thought it was, or not what I'm actually wanting, or not what I'm actually calling out for. So this is a great experience, and we can end it here, and we can do what they call a conscious uncoupling. Like we're talking, we're good, we're dating, but I recognize and I see certain things, and it's okay, this is not the one. But thank you for the experience. I know myself more, and I know what I want and what I don't want at a deeper level. Okay.
That's facts. That's facts. When you're in these belief systems, right? You stuck in these belief systems, uh, this mindset of different ideas and concepts. Like for example, I had a girlfriend, right? She was a drunk, and I was stuck in that drunk kind of relationship with her. I had another girlfriend. She had this Christian motif, this Christianity thing. I was stuck in that religious mindset. So all of the time, I'm trying to figure out my higher self, and I'm going through these phases with these females that I'm going through, and at the same time, I'm seeing a reflection of something that's inside of me that I have to break down, that I have to eradicate, because I'm actually was stuck in that concept, in that mindset. So when I noticed these type of things, and I knew that was something I was trying to remove from my life, the person had to remove along with that idea and concept. Yeah, man, you just don't want to come from no space of neediness ever. Like you don't
Mm,
need a motherfucking body. This is the thing, family. Y'all need to understand this for real. And neediness is all dives into praying and all of this other stuff. This
mm,
neediness energy is what's holding you back. If you
yeah,
feel like you're supposed to be in a relationship just based off of this neediness type of feeling, right? This praying, this begging, then you're always going to be seeking out that kind of energetic flow. Energy goes where energy flows. So your energy is going to be constant with that vibration of need,
right.
of hunger. I'm in lack, right? You know what I'm saying? When me and D Ray got together, we didn't come from no space of neediness. We actually didn't need each other for nothing. But in the grand scheme of things, we seen each other in a whole nother light, which was magic.
And let me add to what you're saying, because what actually happens is you are going to attract what you need to overcome. Hear what I said? You are going to attract what you need to overcome and what you need to actually embrace and learn and understand. So if you're coming from a space of neediness, and y'all, this is a thing that a lot of men and women do deal with, needing to have someone there, needing to have someone present, just a body. Okay. A lot of men and women do deal with that and struggle with that singleness and struggle without having just a physical person there. Okay. And so when you do that, you're going to attract somebody to you that is going to reflect to you the work that needs to take place within you. Right. So, say you're having this neediness energy and you're just wanting to manifest a body, you're going to manifest somebody who is needy from you, right? Who needs you to do this, that, and the other, you know, who needs you to care for them in every way, shape, and form. Or vice versa. You attract someone who has to give to you, or you have to receive. Let's say women have experiences. I've witnessed this, right? If you're going to be in a relationship with me, men, this is how men think when a woman is coming from this I just need a man type energy. You attract a man who is like, anything you need, you're going to get it from me. Okay. And when they come with that energy, they're controlling your every move, right? You no longer can think for yourself, act for yourself, or do anything for yourself because you are coming from this needy space. So you've attracted someone who's providing all of your needs. Do you understand? Okay. And so what we must know is that the relationships that we engage in, right? The dating that we do before we get into that soulmate twin flame relationship, all of those relationships are simply there to help reveal another layer of yourself. It is there to help you to see and understand the depths of who you are, different aspects that you need to heal, energies and karma that you actually need to transmute. Okay. So let's say, for example, you lacked self-confidence or something. And so you attracted a person who demeaned you, who never told you you were beautiful, who never told you that you look great, or that you were the apple of their eye, or a situation like that, right? Because you don't have self-confidence, you attract to someone who doesn't reinforce that in you, okay? And they also reinforce the feeling of maybe I'm not that beautiful, maybe I'm not sexy, maybe I'm not all of these things. You attract that. And then the relationship goes to shit because it just does. And then you realize, damn, I gotta love myself. I gotta appreciate myself. I gotta tell myself that I'm beautiful, that I'm the bomb, that I'm this or that I'm that. And so the lesson that you gain from that relationship is that. Okay. And so we have to observe all of our engagements. We have to observe our relationship with our children. We have to observe our relationship with our parents, with our friends, because there's lessons and there's things that they are reflecting back to us that are going to help us to know ourselves more at a deeper level, that are going to help us to transmute this energy, transmute thoughts, transmute beliefs, transmute deep-seated subconscious things. That's the point of them.
Yeah, yeah, family. You have to love the God within you more than anything else in this world. And that's
Yeah.
important. We're not coming from no. See, a lot of black people still have this defeated mindset. But you got to understand that you are gold, you are magic, you are the infinite possibility being, right? So you have everything within you. So you have to stand on your own shit and be in love with you first before anything else comes. You have to fall in love with self. Then as this family thing happens to develop and stuff like that, you start having unconditional love for others, unconditional love for the family and things of that nature that will also propel your heart chakra into a whole nother dimension of understanding, man. Go to our Patreon, patreon.com/love of life. We talking about the guy within and really understanding how to develop that guy within, which is your higher self, which is you, your own universe.
Right. And so the master, right? The person who is seeking self-mastery, which we all should be seeking right now, regardless of your relationship status. And this is a beautiful thing to think about, to realize, right? Because if you're here right now, then I'm assuming that you are on the path to self-mastery, to know thyself, to Christ consciousness, to unification with God, the all source, right? That I am presence. The master, the person who is here and understands the purpose of incarnation, is totally fine with, and let me change my words, accepts that some relationships are not going to work out, right? The person who is here for the work, for the involvement, for the transmutation of their self, right? Of their being, of their thoughts. They understand and they accept that there's going to be some triggers that take place, that there's going to be some challenges that take place. And you come from a place of deeper knowing and understanding that all of this is to lead you to the fullness and to the wholeness of who you are. All right. And when you come from that perspective, when you come from this perspective right now, right, in your living single, when you come from the perspective that beyond the veil, beyond this illusion, beyond the illusion of loneliness, beyond the illusion of being alone, beyond the illusion, period, when you come from the space that just beyond that, there's wholeness, that you are already a complete being, now you're in the space to actually receive a compliment, right? You're actually in a space to actually receive another physical being who is going to aid you and assist you into your complete soul liberation, into your complete unification of that I am, right? I am that I am. That is going to really help you and be, a counterpart in you getting to that space, all right? But for as long as in this living single space, if you feel empty, incomplete, separated, If you feel any of those things, then you're just further creating a blockage between you and that relationship that you actually desire. Because in all reality, there is no separation.
Mhm.
There is no separation between you and that I am present. There is no separation between you and Christ consciousness. There is no separation between you and your twin flame slash soulmate. There is no separation. Okay. And so, babe, you got something to add to that?
No, that's beautiful. It makes me think about this point because I just came into a thought when I was living single and understanding what actually propelled my spiritual journey in this whole thing. Like these relationships that we're in as a single being doesn't have to be physical relationships. Also, it can also be things with substances. This addiction,
Come on, babe.
this addiction process. When I was single and I was, I'm doing my thing, I was on so many drugs, man. You'll probably think I'm goddamn the snowman. I'm talking about I was on everything. I was doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to do. I finally got fed up and said, nah, you know what? I need to figure this thing out because this thing is a cripple. This thing is a crutch to my life, and it's not bringing me no joy. It's just bringing me pain at the end of the day. So in them moments, in them power moments, when you actually evaluate yourself, whether that be addicted to weed, bars, ecstasy, all of these things, you have to really escape from the urge, the demiurge, and figure out, okay, how can I take control back of my life? What's going to propel this journey into what I see myself as, right? Because I'll tell you one thing, like the all that stuff did carry me into a pathway of my spiritual prowess, who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a powerful thing. It is the work. You still got to go through these adventures, which is that idea, so you can come out on top with the aha moments. But when I got fed up and said, I'm releasing this thing now, I completely, went on fast, started reading and understanding myself more, and man, and started listening to motivational music. You know what I'm saying, and started getting into myself, and my getting into myself led me to getting into my spiritual self. Because at
Right.
first it was just more so of I just want to get better. I just want to get healthy. See what I'm saying? But then walking in this path, I run across uh, a Bobby Hemmett or a Panic, or you know what I'm saying? And then you start actually transcending this thing into whole nother levels. So it is important to fall in love with self first. That
That is
means
so good.
physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. That way you can maneuver through this matrix accordingly.
And so that is so, oh man, babe, that's a drop for real because that's why I said observing all relationships. And not only that, the work that you were doing on yourself was affecting me. And this was before we started dating, while you were just doing you. The work that I was doing on myself was affecting you because we were doing that work at the same time, just not together, right? When you started, letting go of the alcohol, the drugs, and all of that stuff, and you started listening to your motivational speeches, doing your fast, just surrendering those things, that's when I had started doing my meditation practice. So completely apart from each other, not in a relationship, no thought, no consciousness of us being in relationships. Your transition to I'm going to focus on myself, I'm going to do my work, affected me to I'm going to focus on myself, I'm going to do my work.
Mm.
So family, this is why your living single preparation is so important, because when we're talking about a twin flame relationship or even a soulmate relationship, the work that you are doing on yourselves apart from each other before the relationship manifests is affecting each other because you're already cosmically connected.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah, that's
already
good.
cosmically connected. You've
That's
already
good.
decided with this person that you may not even know. You've
Mm-hmm.
already you don't know them in the physical, right?
Right,
But on the
right.
spiritual, on the soul level, you already know them. You already made your agreement. And
Mm-hmm.
when you've made your agreement before you even incarnated here, you guys are connected, energetically connected. So the work that you do right now, the meditations, the fastings, the surrendering of your ego as often as you possibly can, that work is affecting your partner wherever they are. And that's why you should be focused on your soul liberation, because you want the work that you've been doing to impact your partner so much that when you do finally come together, you can have the same experience as Dream and I are having and talking about right now. Like, wow, you stopped drinking alcohol for a year while I was meditating for a year straight. Wow. We were
Yeah.
already on the same frequency. We were already on the same vibration. The work that you are doing affects or has an effect on your partner, period. So if you are detouring and you're not focused on your spirituality, then your partner is possibly detouring, or they're having blockages, they're having these roadblocks on the work that they're doing. You're affecting each other. Sometimes you may feel pain, hurt, and you don't know where it's coming from. It could be coming from your partner across the world somewhere, right? Sometimes you may have an urge to drink or to smoke or to do whatever, and you like, where the hell is this coming from? It may be coming from your partner. Sometimes you may not feel confident in yourself. You may feel shitty, and it may be coming from your partner because your energies are still entangled because they were entangled before you even incarnated in the physical.
Mhm. Yeah, that's good, babe. That's good. There is no such thing as coincidence. So all of this stuff is gonna line up in accordance to y'all coming together holistically, this yin and yang thing. Now, the goddess said, she, hey, I'm not sure if I don't want to be in a relationship. That is
And
not,
that's okay too.
yeah, that's okay, but that's not for us to decide. You don't know. This is a never-ending story. This is a love
Yes.
story, and the love story can end up with you just loving yourself divinely, or you falling madly in love with somebody that you didn't even think day of. You know what I mean? You would not even thought gave us second eye of. But
Mm-hmm.
the union and the energy is so strong that it will just cosmically come together. Why? Because y'all playing this thing out in accordance. This is the path. This is how this
Right.
thing works out. You know what I'm saying? So hey, uh that's important to tap into self at this single level. Cause just like Babe was saying, when you do that, now you are balancing out the streams with this person that you don't even know. So y'all are connected,
Mm.
regardless. Even if they didn't come back this lifetime, you still doing work on that person because that
Ooh,
person
facts,
is coming
babe.
to
Talk that shit.
a whole nother level of understand. Just like when we look, family, when we do this work, right? And you start learning and growing in your self knowledge and your understanding of this whole thing. You are healing generations. You are healing your family members. You are healing past traumas and stuff, your ancestors. So all of this stuff is a big consortium of you doing the work. You are the one that's in control of thousands, or even to that fathom of millions. Let's say that. So in order for these other by parts to get you know, a little energy boost, your power, your manipulation of this thing is gonna change their vibration, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just like a nick. You know what I'm saying? But that little nick can turn into a big gaping hole that'll break through and shatter the whole paradigm of this Christian motif to chaos being God.
And what you're saying is so freaking true. And I'm so glad you brought that up because that totally kind of slid my mind. So I'm liking how we compliment each other here.
Well, that's
So
what it
yeah,
is, man. It's relationships because everything is relationships, and not only just with the male and female, even though that's the holistic one. But we talking about relationships, we got to dive into the ancestors, the children, and even if you don't have no significant other at the time, your significant other that wants to come back in 500 years from now. So yeah.
Right. So yeah, so on the topic of twin flames, you may have a twin flame here right now, and it just be somebody that you connect so well with, that you balance out energy with. You may be 25 and they may be 80. So there's no such thing as an intimate relationship and that still be your twin flame. The point is you were birthed into existence together. That's what the essence of a twin flame is. You were birthed into existence as together. You were the yin yang, however I can make the yin yang or whatever. You were the yin yang energy as one. And then the all source God, whatever you want to call it, split the yin yang symbol into two, masculine and feminine. So as you are going through your lives, there's some lifetimes where you spend with your twin flame, like Dream and I, and you are in a relationship together, you're balancing out energy, and you have a cosmic mission, which is to spread the love of God, which is to spread the love, the awakening, the gnosis, all of the encompassing energy of that I am. You're here to do that at the same time. You said, you know what? We're going to come back at this time. We're going to do it together at this time. And we are going to cause consciousness shift that will touch masses and masses of people. Boom.
Right.
Or you could have made the agreement with your twin flame. We're going to incarnate in this lifetime together, but you're going to be a kid. You're going to be 7 years old while I'm 35. And there's still power between us that is shifting the consciousness of people. Your twin flame could be your nephew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because we have that kind of power and that kind of choice on what we decide to do when we incarnate, right? And so that's one thing. So your work on self still affects that counterpart. Your work on yourself still affects all of your relationships. Whether it's a twin flame, a soulmate, a kindred spirit, a family member, professionalism, a professional relationship, your self-work in this space and time is having an effect on everyone around you. Okay? Because your mission here, your work here is that soul liberation, to unify with that I am presence and let that light shine so vibrantly that just coming into your presence triggers someone else into their soul unification, into their soul liberation. All right.
Yeah,
and
good.
You got to observe your relationships while you're living single. And I think about one of my best friends, Victoria. I've talked about her before in the past on the video, but I observed her and I learned so much from her that helped me to be a better partner to Dream, and vice versa. My best friend Victoria grew up in a two-parent household, mother and father, and they had these roles. Like the mother was going to cook, and her mother was going to bring plate to daddy, and daddy was going to eat that plate. Mother was going to pick that plate up, go put it back in the sink, maybe wash the dishes at that time. They were all going to eat together. Weren't necessarily at a table, but they all had their little TV trays, whatever, and they all ate together at the same time and watched the same show as they ate. My best friend Victoria is like a master cleaner. She's gonna keep the house clean. She's gonna mop the floor, wipe the counter. She's gonna do all of that. And in my observation of her, we've been friends for years, right? So I was literally a teenager at her parents' house because I grew up in a single parent household. And I was literally at her parents' house and at her house, and I would literally be looking around like, damn, this how y'all, it was so different from me because I didn't grow up with my dad in the house with us and we all sitting down eating together and my mom giving a man a plate. I didn't witness that. But through my
we trying to get back to that shit. Come on, we did. Shit,
Shut
they get
up.
on your motherfucking ass and this. Oh,
You
hey, I
know
need
you
my
making
plate.
stuff up now. Cause
Run that
you
plate. Run
don't
that.
negate. Don't negate what's happening right now, family, because Dream knows. My mom's a cook. That's one thing, but she ain't making no plate. Food ready. That's how my mom used to do. Food ready. Y'all come on and get y'all some food, you know. And we would eat. We would eat wherever we wanted to eat. Hell, if I wanted to eat in my room and watch my shows, whatever, I would do that. If me and my brothers decided we wanted to eat together, then we would do that. And I got to see from Victoria
You picked up
what
that thing. Shit, you did pick
what
up
that,
that.
huh?
No, I say you did pick up that from Victoria because you be bringing me that food, and I'll be like,
I'll bring you
God
your
damn.
food. So yeah,
Like,
but
okay.
I wouldn't have even tapped into doing that and recognizing the effects of that if I didn't observe my relationship with my friend.
That's interesting.
And
Yeah.
observing my relationship with my friend and observing how she moved and how her family moved, now I'm able to be a better wife and partner to you. So now I enjoy, cooking the food and handing you this beautiful, delicious plate and having you be excited and you be like, oh yeah, come on, let's like doing whatever you do whenever you get food.
Hey, so fellas, man, fellas out there, put on the Brady Bunch and program your females because it's going
Hey.
down. For real.
But I observed that through my living single. Yes, I was a teenager, but I was still learning and observing things. And let me tell you how Victoria and I have each other's back, right? Because before Dream and I really got together and solidified our relationship, moved in together and all of that good stuff like that, Victoria and I were living together. And so this is how I was like, damn, this girl mops the floor once a week. I'm like, this girl once a week? No, she mopped the floor like 3 times a week. She was a super cleaner. And so I observed and I looked at all of these things. I learned all of these things from her. But then she learned how to actually build healthy, loving, transformative relationships from me. So beautiful. Why? Because she started to observe. So Dream and I got into our relationship, and started doing our thing. And guess what? She stayed coming around. Some of y'all got those friends, you get into a relationship that, girl, you ain't coming out no more. Girl, you stay with your man. Victoria did not do that to me at all. She was like, okay, what y'all doing? I'm gonna come kick it with y'all for a little bit, or what's going on, or da 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 da. So we maintained our relationship. She stayed one of my bestest, greatest friends. And what she got to learn and observe is how to be in a healthy, loving relationship. Yes, she had parents that come from a 2-parent household, but her parents had their issues, their problems, their drama. So to see someone who was so like her in a healthy, loving, transforming relationship, she learned from that. And we talked, and I said, girl, just focus on yourself, meditate, do yoga, do all of these things. These are the conversations that we were having. And sure enough, her knight in shining armor comes up, and now she has a beautiful relationship and a beautiful family. Observe your relationships, observe the people that are around you, because they're learning from you and you are learning from them in this space and time of living single. All right? You got something you want to add to that, love?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's power. I wanted to ask what Akya was talking about. She said she don't want to be a maid or a butler. Yeah, it's not really necessary that kind of energy that's going on.
Yeah, no, that's I'm
Because
sorry, that's a negative connotation.
I'm actually the slave in this bitch. She just bring me a plate, but I gotta do every motherfucking day. But nah, it's a
Hold
reciprocity
on, let's
thing.
stop right there. Hold on, babe, because I want to talk to that person, whoever said that. Love you, sis, whoever said that. I don't know. I'm not in the chat. But that's a perspective. And that may be, if you are a person who is interested in having a relationship and a relationship is not manifesting, we are talking about service to yourself. Pause, because that just fired me all the way up. We are talking about service to yourself. Bobby Hemmings said this in the video. Love is a total annihilation of the ego. So when you say something like, I don't want to be a butler or a handmaid, that's ego, period. Because when you do stuff from love, there's no such thing as any demeaning role, because it's all love. And you treat your partner the way you want to be treated. Because sure enough, dream hands be plates all the time as well.
Shit. No,
And hell, I have dreamed do so much shit. Babe, hand me them cookies, babe. Hand me that juice. Turn down the AC. Can you go get this? Can you walk upstairs to get my book that I left up there? Shit like that. But guess what? It is all love. And when we're talking about love and relationships, when we're talking about transformative relationships that mean you are getting closer to know thyself, when we're talking about soul unification and liberation, we're talking about becoming one with that I am presence. Words, when you say butler or handmaid, that's a demeaning term. When in our reality, in love, real love, there is no demeaning in being in service to one another. So that's a concept, sister, that you need to sit with and really, contemplate on, because in love, being of service is one of the greatest, most transforming things that you could do, because it takes the surrendering of the ego. So
it's really
that's
like
just ego. That's ego.
It's really like and you need your ego, because shit, you need your stuff to shit. I got my shit where I need my stuff to be. You know what I'm saying? D Ray got her stuff where she has to have her stuff. But it's more so a reciprocity feeling. It's this reciprocity thing is so powerful.
So powerful.
The power of unconditional love. So when you are giving out of pure love, hey, I just want to show love, you know what I'm saying? It's not really nothing you think about. It's not really a logical thing. You're not
exactly logical thought. That's ego.
It's not something you can really put a finger on. You just do just cause. Now, people still have them. If you still have them thoughts and stuff like that, you just have to deal with those kind of ideologies.
That's the work.
That's the work, which is
the
the traumas and the things of that nature that propelled you to feel that way. But there's some
babe, that's so good. Expound upon that. The traumas, the programming.
Yeah, we all, you already know what time it is. So there's some energies that just can't be explained. Love is something you cannot explain. Love is an undescribable feeling. That's why the heart chakra is a magnetic feeling. When I talk to my ancestors, it's pure of heart love. All right, it's not no thing of coming from a needy space, or it's something like I got to think about. You just do it because it's actually what's happening. You know what I'm saying? You actually are communing with your grandma. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might not have had no relationship with people on the other side where you can't tap into this heart space. But if you go back far enough into your DNA and start understanding that, you can actually tap into family members you never met and build a relationship with them accordingly. So when you do build that relationship with them, you coming from a pure heart space. That's what I mean. This thing is not no common sense thing. Like, we have to get out to the brain, because the brain is what's holding us back. But the heart chakra, this Christios, is where the power lies. And once we start figuring out that, family, everything else gets easier. You don't think about, there's no kind of thought, it's just a knowing. Like, it's a one love unison. Now, there's some situations where people have been
wronged, unappreciated,
wrong, and things like that, things of that nature, right? So that means you still have to go back and do the mental work that will propel journey into being this sovereignty, like Hood Mystic says, a sovereignty being, celestial being, right? Your higher self,
Sentient.
Celestian being. You know our can, man. You know what time it is. Shit. So yeah, man. But get it in, family, and love. This is why we created the Patreon, because the reciprocity factor is there. We want to give people the energy that they're giving back to us. Now, the currency, the money is an illusion. You're giving in pure heart because you know there's something magical or something powerful about these two individuals that you want to sow and invest in. Okay, but it's not about the actual finance because we're not even asking for that much. It's more so about just the love space. Like, hey, I'm transmitting. Me and Hood talked about this yesterday. The people that want to fuck with you are gonna fuck with you. The only way we can actually fuck with y'all is through this current change of events, exchange of events. Because there's people that are out there that will use and abuse you, and you don't know if they're coming from a space of love or a space of destruction. Why? Because this is typing. We're typing on this computer age thing, right? So the only other value or medium that we can actually see this thing through is through this current exchange of what people think, quote unquote, is this money, which is just energy. So that's why we pour so much into the Patreon, because we appreciate somebody that's actually investing the love, the heart space into us. You see what I'm saying? Even if you stop becoming a Patreon, you know what I'm saying? I got people that stopped and then we came back. It doesn't matter. I already know because I can see the appreciation, the light, the love that's coming from within you. You see what I mean? So this thing has to be dealt with in your chakra work, family. And that's a huge
Whew.
concept to this whole journey that we're on, because I'm telling you, family, it is about love. The whole thing is about, like what Will Cabrut say, this whole thing's about love. That boy
We
funny.
got love. Woo, boy, you about Wendy Williams.
Hell
You
nah,
Wendy
nigga, you didn't
Williams.
hit me with the windy. Oh, she hit me with the windy. Look, family, let me tell y'all real quick. We've been doing these book clubs, right? On the Patreon or whatever. And you know, we've been recording them and stuff. And we came up with this winded word. We just had a whole laugh about winded, being winded. And man, sometimes, man, I'll be like, babe, you get windy. I said, I said, you Wendy Williams in this bitch with that one. So now she trying to hit me with the reverse and say I was winded. Hey, I might
You
have
were.
been winded, but I'm coming from a heart space. I'm trying to tell y'all for real what time it is. Like, this heart chakra is
Yeah.
an intelligence. It's the subconscious mind. So when you do stuff out of pure unconditional love, then the whole world is destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Go see the movie Fight Club. At the end, they destroyed the world. Why? Because it was pure heart into what they wanted to be, what they wanted to get into, the new self-identity.
So true. So true. And so that's what it is, family. And we discover these things in our singleness, right? Like, are we willing to cater to ourselves? Are we willing to go all out for ourselves? Hell, do you go and get massages? Do you go and get, you know, go out to nice restaurants where they bring you out your food beautifully? Do you keep your house tidy and up and in good shape? Do you keep your body, your mind, and your spirit in the best shape possible? These are all things that you want to start really giving attention to right now in your singleness. Because when you join together with somebody else in this lifetime or the next, because this is what I need y'all to understand. You may not want to manifest a relationship in this lifetime. But the consciousness that you have in this lifetime, you carry with you into your next lifetime, whether that's on Earth, Mars, Venus, Pluto, whatever. Your consciousness travels with you, okay? Your chakras, energy centers, consciousness levels, dimensions, they travel with you from lifetime to lifetime. So whatever your beliefs are in this lifetime, you're going to take them with you to the next lifetime. And who's to say that in the next lifetime, your twin flame, your soulmate is not there, and you want to have that relationship, but you're still balancing out the karma of your thoughts from last lifetime. So now you're having a struggle in relationships, okay? This is what we have to understand. This is what this thing is. You carry with you lifetime to lifetime your consciousness, your beliefs, okay? The beliefs that you have acquired through your experience in each present lifetime. And in whatever lifetime, in the next lifetime, so in this lifetime right now, you're transmuting, you're balancing out the beliefs, the karma, the thoughts, the emotions that you've acquired in past lifetimes. So in each lifetime that you incarnate in, you definitely want to be radiating from a space that is divine, that is from the heart chakra, that is free of ego, okay? That's what we want to be doing, and that's a part of this work completely. And so
look, hold on real quick. I found the emoji, the windy emoji. Look, nigga.
Are you gonna screen share?
No, it's in the chat. I just put it in the chat. The windy, nigga. If these niggas get windy, especially on this Sunday service, oh, it's 11:11. Walk through that thing.
Yes.
You should always have a visualize, imagine, thought ready and
always.
on the go, family, always. But this windy emoji. So if my nigga this Sunday tomorrow get windy, I need y'all to put this emoji down. This windy Williams. And ain't gonna get it. Ain't gonna get windy. You know who gonna get windy? My nigga Will Capru. Will gonna get windy on your motherfucking ass. That's my nigga, though. But he gonna get that wind.
That is hilarious.
Real for real. Look, this what we'll do. We'll be like, and I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna wrap it up right here.
Hurry up, because I got some points I need to make before we get out of here.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, man. I just want to draw that wind because you was getting a little.
Yeah, drive the wind home tomorrow.
You was getting a little breatharian there yourself. Shit.
No, I just wanted to really stress the point of what you said, that reciprocation, doing for others how you would do for yourself. And that's why right now is the time to really be doing for yourself, to be healing your childlike self, to be patient with yourself, to love yourself, to honor yourself, to give to yourself, to shower yourself with the desires of your heart. That's why that's all important, because when you can do that, then you can move forward and do that with another being, and you're able to take space as that other being is working through their karma. Why? Because you've taken space and you release judgment as you are working through your own beliefs, thoughts, emotions that need to be transmuted and transformed. But a quick meditation, because we can't, and then we're out of here. One thing you need to be doing when you're living single is meditating.
Oh shit! Right? Hold on. Oh shit! Go ahead.
I'm not about to make this long, because we talk about meditation so much. I'm not gonna make it long. You need to be meditating, and you should meditate on the color violet. Right? This is a ritual that you can start doing if you are a person who is just trying to come into the wholeness, into the fullness of who you are. And let's say you do want to attract a partner in some space and time. It's not like the main thing that's on your mind, but you want somebody to share and experience this life with. Meditate on a violet flame, okay? And as you meditate on it, all I want you to do is just to visualize a violet flame in your mind. That violet flame is the color of Christ consciousness. That violet flame is the crown chakra. Hell, it's the corona chaos. We should be meditating on the violet flame, period, because with this corona chaos, we're talking about the crown chakra. And so we need to be firing up our crown chakra by meditating on violet. The crown chakra is violet. So, but that violet flame is for spiritual communication, healing, protection, projection. It is for time travel. Okay. It's for all of those things. And when we're manifesting a relationship, you got to be able to spiritually communicate, because like I said, while you are single, the work that you are doing is affecting your partner. You could be speaking to your twin flame, to your soulmate right now before they even manifest. Spiritual communication. So as you are going into your affirmation, as you're going into your meditation, you're speaking the words of love, light, healing, well-being to your twin flame, though they're not there. These are things that you could be doing right now in your singleness. Okay. Time travel. When you meditate on that violet flame for long enough, your time travel and your past life regression is going to get better. Why is that important? Because you want to be able to go back to see what it is in the realm of relationships, what it is that you are here in this lifetime to transmute. You want to be able to see your twin flame, your soulmate from that past life or before you incarnated in this life. You want to be able to see the work that you have to do together. That violet flame is going to tap you into time travel. It is ancestral and angelic protection. Okay. You're protected in a spiritual sense, right? And then your spiritual communication, Christ consciousness. So meditate on that violet flame. Just bring the image of a violet flame into your mind, and then just say the mantra, I am that I am. I am the violet flame. I am that I am. I am the violet flame. And just doing that work is going to unlock so many different things within your mind. That violet flame, that seventh chakra, is right before you get into the 823 God. It's right before you get into the eighth chakra, the gold, the golden light, the gold and silver light that's right above your head that connects you to the soul. So do the work, family. All right. You can do this stuff right now while you're living single. All right.
Excellent.
We love you all.
Yeah, sign up for Patreon, patreon.com/love live life, man. There's so much stuff going on, and we want to thank you for all the love and support, family. Much love
Yes.
for real. We appreciate y'all. We got Conjure Queen coming on the Patreon too, so that's gonna be exclusive. Hood, Mook. So it's gonna be a whole bunch of exclusive content on that Patreon. So it's going down, family. Y'all make sure y'all tap in.
For sure. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Get your products, get your readings, get your consultations. All of that good stuff. Feeling good is the word. Still available. Let's go. We love you. Peace.